wristband, got my tech card, and I got my spot here. I'm gonna start unpacking. It is, maybe I'll set the canopy up first. It is hot. Hot, hot, hot. So I just made a run and I got ready to turn off. I didn't have any power steering, and well, I got one belt and it's all mangled. I got no alternator, no power steering, no nothing. I'm not sure. This looks like it might be the alternator belt that's laying there, but we're gonna pop it back over to the pits here and see if we can't make something happen. No idea what the car ran. I gotta get back and see with Ronnie what it actually ran. It felt like it launched in first gear, it felt like it launched in first gear. So I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, we're gonna get back to the pits and we'll reevaluate. I did it first with no belts. I got no water pump either. Yeah. So it was we're getting up to about 240, so I shut it off and figured I could go as far as I could. All right, so we kind of pushed it back to the pits because it was getting real hot without that water pump belt on it. And thankfully that was the water pump belt that was still laying there on the car. So we put that back on, fired it up, let it get cooled down real quick because the gauge was saying like 240, but as soon as we got it running, got some water circulating, it popped back down to like 180 right away. I looked around, couldn't find the power steering belt on the car anywhere. Looked at the spare parts and I didn't have a spare power steering belt. I had a spare water pump alternator belt, but not a spare power steering belt on it. But reviewing the footage that Ronnie got, there's Ronnie. Reviewing the footage that Ronnie got, it doesn't look like it kicked off at the start line or anything like that, so it might have kicked off somewhere up here close to the finish line, or maybe at the beginning of the return load. We're just gonna kind of walk up here and have a little look around, see if we can't see this belt or parts of this belt laying around anywhere. I've never actually walked up the back of the track like this. This is oh, that guy over there, he's probably pulling up, grabbing my belt right now. We'll see. All right, so we talked to the safety crew here. This nice young gentleman is cruising, looking for my belt here. Real quick, I hate to really interrupt the program here, but he's taking a peek around, see if he can't find it. Yeah. So can't believe it, but the fella actually found my belt. It was probably about halfway down the track is where it looked like he found it. I wasn't paying that much attention. I probably should have, but I wasn't. But yeah, I can't believe I'm holding this belt right now. It doesn't even look bad. Honestly, I mean, it looks old, looks used, but but not in bad shape. So we're gonna go put this back on there. I don't know if I'm gonna make another run after that. I'm still thinking about it. The car, I believe it launched in high gear, which it's done that before when I put it in drive, and it's really annoying. I don't know how to make it not do that without manually shifting it. But then I have problems when I manually shift it too. So I don't really know. Not really sure. Probably just need to get my shifter figured out and then keep manually shifting it. Anyways, the other thing was it was vibrating real bad. It was vibrating real bad the whole track. And I don't know if it was the belt thing or if it was because it launched in high gear or because of something else. But yeah, it didn't seem like it was happy. Went 1160 something at 118, which isn't bad for it being hot and not having a great launch. But yeah, I was really hoping for something a little bit not that. Anyways, I'm gonna think about it a little bit. I'll let you know. I'll let you know in a little bit. Probably like right now. All right. Well, here's your answer. We're back home. So I really wanted to make another run, but I think I forgot the issue with the belts. The belt alignment on the power steering pump pulley to the crankshaft pulley was real bad, and it's probably been bad the whole time I've been driving this car. Ta-da. It's probably been bad the whole time I've had this car, or the whole time I've had this car with this engine in it, at least. But it was probably just a deal where now that I had the hydro boost on there, it's a little bit more strain on the power steering pump. So the extra strain on the power steering pump, coupled with the bad alignment, just caused it to kick off. I probably also maybe didn't tension it very good. I don't know. But put the belt back on, retensioned it, drove it all the way home, it was just fine. The real problem was the vibration. I looked underneath this car a little bit, what I could at the track. It was already dark by the time we got the belt back on and all that stuff. And I couldn't find anything obvious that was leading to the vibration on this car. And I elected to just not make another pass until I could figure out what's going on with the vibration. So we're back home now. I'm going to get up underneath this thing, see if I can't figure out what's going on with it. Alright, well, no smoking guns. My first thought was that maybe the balance weights on the drive shaft had come off or something, but they're still there. I was turning these wheels around by hand just to kind of get a feel for them, and it definitely, when you're spinning them around by hand, they've got spots where it's, you know, easier to turn it and spots where it's harder to turn it. And that makes me think that maybe these rotors are warped, and see, because right there it's hard to turn. These rotors are warped, and yeah, maybe it's just this, you know, rotor going blah, 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 and the caliper kind of, you know, dusting on it a little bit. So may take these wheels off, put a flat bar on these rotors, and see if maybe that's the issue. You'd think you'd feel it when you're hitting the brakes, though, and I don't feel it when I'm hitting the brakes, which makes me think that it's not bad enough to cause a massive vibration going down the track. So what I might do is, while I've got this thing up in the air here, is tomorrow when the family's awake, is fire this thing up, put it in gear, let it run with the tires off the ground, and see if anything's obviously wobbling or shaking or loose or anything like that. I did also, I should say, on the drive shaft, the U-bolts that connect the drive shaft U-joint to the rear end yoke, I got maybe a quarter turn of tightenage on each of those bolts, so they were just a smidge loose, but I can't think that would be enough to really cause issues. But that's where we're at now. Like I said, I might fire this thing up tomorrow and let it run for a little bit and see what it looks like then. So nothing obvious yet. All right, gang, well, that's going to do it for this round. I'm probably going to do something about these rotors. I may go ahead and take them off and like turn them on a lathe. I don't know, do anybody turn rotors anymore? Is that still a thing? I don't know. I don't think I showed this belt alignment earlier. I don't know how much you'll be able to see on the camera, but get my finger out of the way there and get it to refocus. You can see how it kind of comes up and then zags over. It zigs and it zags whenever it gets to the power steering pulley there. So that's probably why that thing was chucking belts, and I just don't really have a good way to tension it. I kind of got to like stick a pry bar in there and try and like pry on it. Well, I'll figure something better out for tensioning that guy. I think another thing I'm going to do is take the street wheels and tires and take the race wheels and tires and just put them on the balancer and make sure that they're all still good and balanced. I had kind of written off tire balance being an issue just because I was like, oh, it happened while I was at the track and it happened while I was on the street, and I used different tires for track and street. But at the same time, it's totally likely that both sets could be out of balance. So I'm going to double check that as well. But yeah, we'll see all that next time, I guess. The other thing, real quick, Hydro Boost update. It's mostly working. I don't know. I had already made a video about how it was fixed, and I was going to show you what I did. And it's totally fixed. It's working great. And then I started having issues again. New and exciting issues this time. Not the same old brakes locking up and dragging issues. New issues. But it's mostly working out. Once I get all the issues solved, for sure, then I'll make a kind of a wrap-up video on the Hydro Boost. But I really don't want to just keep making videos about Hydro Boost, it's probably fixed, Hydro Boost, it's probably fixed, blah, blah, blah. I want it to be for sure fixed, and then I'll make a video walking through the whole process one more time. And then that's it. We'll see you guys next time, and bye.